So I think I'm right in assuming procrastination is something pretty much everyone has experienced. I know for certain I have. And yet no one really gives you advice on how to stop from procrastinating, which is a bit weird considering it's not exactly a new thing. Hey man, I've got this really important essay due in a couple of days, and I mean it is really important. It is a big one. But even though I know I should be doing it right now, I've just been playing video games the whole time. What do you think I should do? I have no idea what you're talking about. I've even procrastinated recently. It's been a few weeks since I last made a video. Have I wanted to make a video? Yeah. Have I? No. And it has nothing to do with finally getting around to playing Mass Effect 3. So I thought I'd talk about procrastination and try and put out there into the world some advice that might help someone, somewhere, maybe. Luckily, I found an online article all about causes of procrastination and some ways to prevent it. Isn't that helpful? One of the reasons the article gives for why we procrastinate is that we may feel the task at hand is really complex and scary, and then we run away from it, hoping the task will somehow become simpler. To address that, it suggests we break the task down into smaller, more manageable chunks, and then complete those bite-sized tasks one at a time, and eventually you will have done the task no problem. For example, take a piece of coursework or an essay. When the essay is first set, we tend to view it as that, a whole essay of like 5,000 words. Instead, break the essay down into your introduction and then each point you're going to make in your essay, and then at the end, have your conclusion. Doing your essay or simply approaching an essay like that is much more manageable. A second reason the article lists for procrastinating is a sense of not knowing where or how to start. In some way this ties in with the other reason. When you first start off an essay, you may be unsure of how to start it off or how to lead on from your introduction to your first point. You know you have to do an introduction before you can start arguing your points, but just how do you introduce it, or how do you set up your introduction to your first point? And all of a sudden what appeared to be a simple case of setting up your essay on, I don't know, Shakespeare, becomes one of the most hardest things you've done in your life. And then you realise catching up on Game of Thrones is way simpler. But you know what else is simple? When planning your essay, think about where you'd like to go with your essay. How would you like to conclude it? Knowing the direction you'd like to take makes starting off a little bit easier, as you know which direction to take, or write in this scenario. If all that seems really simple, it's because it is, really. But no one really tells you that when you are procrastinating. You're most of the time just left to it by yourself, which is because I guess people don't really regard procrastination as a major problem. But it can be. It can lead on to stress and anxiety, both of which can then lead on to more problems. Really, I think the two bits of advice I've taken from the article can be combined into one big ball of advice, which is to just step back from your task, think hard about what you want to achieve with it, and then take it on bit by bit. The article has about 5 more bits of advice, so feel free to read it in full, link down in the description. But I hope that the advice I've taken / adapted for this video is helpful enough, or was just interesting to hear. Thank you for watching this video, I hope you enjoyed it. If you have your own way of preventing yourself from procrastinating, feel free to share it with us in the comments below. You can also follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Links to those will be in the description as well. One last thing, procrastination is linked by some with perfectionism, so if you find yourself procrastinating because you don't think you'll do as good a job as you'd like, whatever it is you're working on, just give it your best shot. I try and edit these vlogs the best I can, and I will for this one too. Maybe later though.